What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
My own little intro. Do something different.
That's the most ghettoest intro I've heard.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm out here in my newly acquired LeBron James jersey.
Ooh, that's
You feel
dope.
me?
Got gold in there and everything.
A little gold, a little black in that thing. You feel me?
They're like the championship jerseys.
You know, something a little different.
Oh, okay.
Something a little different. You feel me? I didn't want to just want to go get something that everybody else had. I wanted to find something a little bit exclusive, something a little different. LeBron is not like a Laker.
Yeah.
You feel me? If that makes sense. Like, you know, he didn't go through the pits and trials of being a Laker. So
Maybe he just his bits and trials wasn't that, man. I mean, he went through some trials last year. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying overall, like he ain't went the Lakers from like the ground. You know, he didn't start his career.
He started. I feel it.
So because of that, I wanted to do, you know, make sure his jersey a little different. And I also copped a black AD jersey because that's the jersey he hit the game when a jump shot it. So I feel like it's only fitting to get that kind of jersey. And you feel me? And look here, man. Barring any injuries, we're gonna run it back.
Oh wow! Already.
Barring any injury, listen.
Already.
It's us against the field, and I'm taking us.
Hey man, that'd be big for my boy Bron if he can do back-to-back things in LA. That's and get 5. Ty Kobe, Magic.
Listen,
one away from MJ.
Shaq, Kobe. No, so look, Magic, Kareem did back-to-back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shaq, Kobe did back-to-back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, Powell did back-to-back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what? I mean, you tell me.
I don't know, man.
It's looking like.
Hey, they did get better though. We'll talk about the free agents in a little bit, but first, let's talk about the bag, man. I would just love to even have $100. You know what I'm saying? These boys is getting 100 million. All right, so let's talk about these people who signed the big checks these past few weeks or this past week and past few days.
Listen, man, the NBA, I thought they lost money.
That's why they tried to get them boys on Christmas. No cap. They said, hey, you want a bag? Get your butt back up in here. You better pay on Christmas or before Christmas. Don't be messing up this money.
Listen. Joe Harris, bag.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know how he got it. Bro, some of these names, look.
Davis Bertans, bag.
Bro, hold on, bro. Some of these names, you be like, bro, how they making that much bread, dog? How they make, look, for example, my man Morris, this man got 84 million. Or I think it was like
64, 4 years, 64.
64 million. $64 million to go back and play for the Clippers. I'm like, bro, what did he do? What did he do? I mean, he did all right. But 64 million? Woo! Shoot, let me grow a couple of inches and let me do my thing for 64 million. I go out there, hit a couple threes and play some defense or something. You know what I'm saying? I get you like 10 points and play some defense. I go stick whoever you want me to stick for 64 million. God damn, dog. 64 million? Wow. Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy.
I think Joe Harris got 72.
No, I think Joe Harris from Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn. Yeah. He got 84.
Oh my God. What about
it was like 80-some million dollars.
Davis Bertans.
Bro, I don't understand this.
Listen, wait, no. The most smoothest criminal, and again, we're not counting, listen, America.
Yeah, get your money.
We're not counting these men pockets. We ain't signing no checks. This ain't coming out of our pocket. So we ain't hating or nothing. We just looking at it for what it is. But Gordon Hayward, listen.
That boy's a smooth criminal.
Michael Jackson type.
He walked on the bag a few times.
Listen, Gordon Hayward has had one All-Star appearance.
That's it? Just one All-Star appearance?
I think he made one All-NBA team. And this man has secured in his last two contracts over $250 million.
Wow.
Because basketball money guaranteed. This ain't football money.
$250 million. Barely played the whole season.
Since he signed the contract.
Bro, this is crazy. Look. All right, look, these dudes are solid hoopers, okay? But I think it's a lot of hoop politics going on. It's a lot of hoop politics. You got people like Dwight Howard did his thing for the Lakers, and he getting time for the league minimum. And you got a man that barely played the whole season, getting the game and don't do what he's supposed to do, getting bread. I don't understand what's going on. This is hoop politics, though. Joe Harris, no disrespect to you, but I don't even remember you in the bubble. I don't even remember you doing anything crazy in the bubble, dog. I don't remember nothing from getting paid $84 million. What is going on?
So now let's move on to some young men who I think have deserved or are deserving of this bag. Jason Tatum, 5 years, $195 million. Well deserved. It's
a lot of bread.
But he I feel
he been getting better. He's been improving every year to year. That's the bag though. That boy got it.
Donovan Mitchell, 5 years, $195.
That's another bag. Hey, he been doing his thing. Donovan Mitchell has been doing his thing. He deserved his money. He balled out in the bubble. And I think he put the word on notice, like, hey, y'all better put some respect on me. I still think he's missing some pieces or whatever the case may be, but he's going to do his thing. He's going to do his numbers.
Interesting bag. Now, I'm not saying he don't deserve it. It's just a little interesting. Okay. De'Aaron Fox, 5 years, $163 million.
I see what they did. They looking at that's the future.
Okay.
He's been getting better. He still got to work on a jump shot. He don't have no jump shot. This is the thing. A lot of these dudes, I don't be understanding. Like, they be like practice guys. Like, they go out there, they shooting these workouts. You be like, man, that boy got a clip. You get in the game, you be like, what happened? Like, what is all this practice? All this you doing practicing, you get in the game, you can't shoot worth the lick. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, but he still got to develop a jump shot, a mid-range or something, because that slashing is cool, but if you can't shoot, they're going to just, sag off of you and let you do your thing. Keep shooting them bricks. So he got to develop a jump shot. He got to be more consistent. I'm not saying he can't shoot. He just got to be more consistent with shooting.
My guy, Bam.
Yeah.
5 years, $163.
He's been doing his thing though.
He was an all-star. I think he made first All-NBA defense. Something like that.
Third year. What year is this? Third
year? Year 3.
Yeah, because
he's improved each year.
Yeah, he's been getting better. He's been getting better, and he helped them, get to the finals. He helped them shock the world because nobody but Mark and Miami fans had Miami going to the finals. No cap.
And then the last bag that just came through the airwaves, Mr. Brandon Ingram, 5 years, $158. Now, I have been a big Brandon Ingram fan for the longest. He went to Duke, so go Blue Devils, hashtag the brotherhood. I'm a huge Duke fan. So I've always been a big Brandon Ingram fan.
Mm-hmm.
When he got to the Lakers, his rookie year, he averaged 9.9 points. His second year, he upped that to about 18. This past season, he upped that to about 23, all-star game and everything. So I am very happy for Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Because Laker fans just didn't believe in him. And I still believe the Lakers should have kept him over Kuzma. And that's just...
I don't think they was going to... They could keep him for the deal to go through. I think they wanted him over Kuzma. That's what I feel. I feel like they wanted him over Kuz.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. His bag became bigger because of what he did this past season. So if we trade Kuz instead of him, his numbers don't get to where they were this year, to where you don't have to give out as much bread, if that makes sense.
Right. So you saying if he stayed with Bron, his talent wouldn't have been able to excel like he did in New Orleans because his role would have been limited.
Exactly. So the money situation could have been different. Now, me personally, I'm glad he got the money that he got, and he's in the situation that he's in because he kind of needed to flourish. Just as a selfish Laker fan, I feel like him with the Lakers would have been better just because he's a little bit more versatile than Kuzma.
Yeah, he would have been nice. But again, like it's a gift and a curse. Like, yes, he would have helped you guys, but what would have been his role?
That's what I'm saying. We don't necessarily know.
Would have been his role if he's a ball type of dude. You got to have a ball in his hands. He can come off the ball and shoot a little bit, but he's at his best when he's creating for himself or whatever the case may be. And so what are you doing? LeBron taking some plays off, give it to Kuz. I mean, not give it to Kuz, but give it to B. Ingram. You know what I'm saying? And then you got AD. Like it's one of those things. Sometimes you can't have your cake and your what's to say? Because you can't have cake because that's what you're supposed to do is eat the cake. But you can't have your dessert.
Eat it too.
Yeah, but you can't eat the cake though. You're supposed to eat the cake. You know what? Whoever came up with that damn saying is crazy. It's an idiot. All right. How you gonna have cake, but I can't eat the cake? What's the purpose for that? What you give me the cake for if I can't eat the cake? I can understand you can't have your cake and ice cream too. Maybe you can have one or the other. All right, those two different desserts. But you tell me, you give me a cake and say I can't eat it. What? Okay, but I would say you can't have your dinner and your dessert. Put it that way. I don't know. Having LeBron, AD, those are two of the scores. I don't know if Ingram would have liked being that third guy. I just don't. And we don't know if he manifests to this guy that he is right now, because sometimes playing with superstars can cap your talent because you're not really working on your game. You get what I'm saying? And you have to play to the superstars that surround you. But when you are the superstar, you get to get in your bag. You get to get in your tool bag and use more things or whatever the case may be. So I think it worked out for him, man. He got 5 years, $158 million. Solid bread. He's playing with the Pelicans. I feel like the Pelicans is going to be an up-and-coming team. They're going to make the playoff next year.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think about it, because now we can transition into these off-season moves.
Yes.
The Pelicans getting Steven Adams. Like, I don't know if people really understand the importance of a Steven Adams, because his role is not flashy.
Right.
You feel me? It's not like, ugh. But right. Steven Adams is a center that you want to have with solid surrounding parts. And when you look at that young Pelican team, you got Steven Adams that can protect Zion, Ingram. Yeah, they end up trading Drew Holiday. Okay. But you still got Zoe, and you still got other pieces that can help that young team out. But getting a Steven Adams, a real staple at center, because I feel like Steven Adams is better than Derek Favors, and he's still more farther along better than Jackson Hayes, who they got coming off the bench, young man out of Texas. So I like the Steven Adams pickup. Yeah, you trade Drew Holiday, but getting a Steven Adams with that young core, I like it.
I like Steven Adams. I feel like he's a solid utility guy. He could do a lot of things good, but not a lot of things great. I feel like he would be even better if he had at least some type of offensive game, right? His offensive game still needs to be worked on. He doesn't have really no post work. You give him the lob, he can catch a lob here and there. You give him a little, the little underneath, you drive, give him underneath, little back off the backboard, off the glass. But he's a solid big man, but he doesn't do anything just great. I say the best thing he does is the defense to a degree. He can protect the paint. He does that very well. But as far as like offensively, he got some holes in his game. And I think he can help though. He can help them as being a leader, as he can pass the ball a little bit better. He can pass the ball real solid. He's not the best passer, but he can get the ball to where it needs to be. And he can do some things for them. I think he's going to help them out tremendously. I just think he needs to work on his offense game to make them an even better threat.
I think he's just too far along in his career. Like, how Yeah.
I mean, look, man, you ain't never too far to get better. I'm not saying you got to be a dominant force, but at least work on things like I don't know why a lot of big men don't like shooting 10 footers and 15 footers and turn around facing, hitting off the backboard. Like that art of the game is gone. You know, there's not a lot of people that catch the ball high, turn and face, get you a nice little mid range. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, something. You got to have something, man.
It goes back to what you were saying, though, right? It goes back to what you said about De'Aaron Fox. You see a lot of these big men in these workout videos, they getting it in. And then they get to the game, it's like, yeah, I didn't work on none of that. So I don't know if it's the coach who doesn't give them that opportunity and have things present themselves, or the player just like, well, I'm going to work on this because when I go play pickup during the summer, I need to make sure dudes know that I'm an NBA and you really just can't guard me.
Yeah, maybe they just like in the green light. That's probably the only thing I could think of. Like, because it makes no sense to put in all that work and practice on your game and really improve on these things to not even be able to utilize them in an actual game. It's like, all right, that's cool, but we don't need you for all that. We need you to get a board, protect the paint, get the ball to the people that needs to get the ball to. And I feel like it comes with the coach and it comes with the program and developing your players. Like you don't really get to see what you got if you're really not utilizing them to their full potential. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're just getting people to play a role. I understand that. There's nothing wrong with playing a role, but to better yourself and to even develop as a player and as a hooper, you know what I'm saying? See, you never know. They can help you down the line if they working on something. You get what I'm saying? Rather than limiting them and hindering them. Like Ingram. Ingram worked on his game when LeBron got hurt. He became the offensive guy. So he got to do more things. So that helped get his stock raised, right? Then he went to New Orleans and he even got a bigger role to be able to do what he liked to do. He was the guy. He was the scorer for that team. So he got to work on his game, and you see it manifesting, getting better and better and better. But when you hinder him, right, when you limit him, make him a spot-up shooter only, or you only get the ball in certain situations, you're hindering these guys' development. They're not really getting to improve and manifest to the superstars that they probably can be. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm saying when it comes to some of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, you are right on target with everything. I'm not here to disagree. I feel like you're right on target. But I mean, it's the name of the game.
Right.
That's how a lot of this stuff works. And at some point, somebody will listen to us.
Hey, I ain't probably, hopefully, man. Hopefully. But how do you feel about Montrez? They look.
Oh, we doing them now. Thought we was gonna wait. But
we can wait. We can wait for him. Let's talk about some of these. Let's talk about Chris Paul going to Phoenix.
Oh yeah, man. You know, hey, listen. We touched on this a little bit last week when it kind of came through the news. But the thing is I like that Phoenix did not just settle on getting Chris Paul.
Mm.
They added Jay Crowder. So you know what Jay Crowder is going to bring for your team: toughness, veteran savviness, some defense. Yeah. They also re-signed Javon Carter. People don't really know Javon Carter. See, Javon Carter was this point guard out there in West Virginia back in college.
He did his thing in West Virginia, though.
Listen, but you got to be a basketball guy to know a Javon Carter,
right?
And understand what kind of guy he is,
right?
And Javon Carter Javon Carter to me is a better Patrick Beverly because he got more offense. But he has that annoying, get in your face, guard you 94 feet kind of.
He's a pest.
Yes. That's what he is. So they brought back Javon Carter.
Mm-hmm.
They brought back Dario Saric, a big guy who can shoot.
Right.
Small move in an Etwan Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And they added some little pieces. So I like the Suns. I like what they've done, especially coming off the bubble.
Right.
Can they improve on that?
Yeah, we're going to have to see if they are going to be improved. But speaking of some improvement, we had this team being a contender for the Western Conference Finals and being in contention to compete for another NBA Finals. But, injuries happen. And they come at the worst time. You know what I mean? My man Klay Thompson got hurt in the pickup game. You know, and look, we can go back and forth, but a lot of people saying, why was he even playing in that pickup game, going, trying to get into shape instead of just listening to what your trainer's been saying. We're going to work you into this. We're going to work you into this, because we all know when you get hurt, you try to overcompensate. One part of your body is overcompensating for the other part of your body. So you may think you're feeling good, but you don't know how much wear and tear you're actually putting on your body until, boom, something happened. You're like, dang, what? How I tear my Achilles tendon? You know what I mean? And so now that Klay is out of the picture for another year, this is going to be 2 years of this man playing any kind of professional hoops or organized hoops, man. How do you feel about the pickups that they get to try to at least put them in contentions to try to compete?
I like the pickups. I'm going to touch on Klay Thompson real quick. People have to understand, Klay Thompson had been off for 18 months. Now, most ACL injuries, because I've torn mine twice, I've had 2 separate surgeries, it's a 9 to 12 month recovery. Now, that's when I did it in 08 and then in 2014. I ain't got the kind of money Klay Thompson got. So his rehab, his doctors, all that kind of stuff is amplified. So I don't necessarily think that what happened to him is a cause of trying to do too much too fast. Chain of unfortunate events. Because an Achilles injury can just happen.
Right.
Kobe's, KD's, Boogie was balling. Yeah. And then boom, one false move in his Achilles tear. You feel me? And he ain't really recovered from that. But Achilles injury is not one of those things to where you've been doing this, doing that, it just kind of happens. So that's that when it comes to Klay. Prayers up to Klay. Wish him nothing but a speedy recovery. Yes. We need the light-skinned brethren with the clip, man. That's for him. But as far as the Warriors, I'm a huge Kelly Oubre fan. So I love that addition. You pair Kelly Oubre in the backcourt with Steph, that gives you some more tenacity back there. Okay. You still got Andrew Wiggins. Okay. You got Draymond. You drafted Wiseman, which was the smart pick. You didn't overthink it. Got your young big. You added players to come off the bench. Brad Wanamaker, who was in Boston, brought back Kent Bazemore, who can do some stuff. And you already still had, Eric Pascal that's already there. So at first, when I seen the Warriors get that injury, I got to move them out of my top 4. But with the additions that they got, I got them right back in my top 4.
You got them in the top 4 still.
Got them in the top 4 again. Just because I believe in Steph, it's hard not to believe in Steph. And as long as Oubre and Wiggins can hold their end of the bargain, right, they should be fine.
So as long as they can help, they can provide that Klay Thompson points and role of defending, they can be all right.
They can be all right because
hard though, because they're solid shooters, but they're not no. You know what I mean?
No, because you got to think about it. Klay Thompson was averaging probably about, averaging about 18, right?
Right.
But a lot of his 18 came off of shooting, hitting threes, some free throw line stuff.
Right.
I think Oubre and Wiggins can give you those numbers, but they just going to get them differently. It's not going to be super splash rolls where the Warriors lead the league and 3-pointers made. It's going to be a little bit more conventional with Steph being your primary shooter. But because of Steph, Wiggins and Oubre going to get a lot of open looks.
Yeah.
It's just going to be their job to knock them down.
They're going to have to hit them shots. But we're going to see, man. Yeah, like I said, we got a month out. Dang there. Yeah. What's the date? About a month or 28 days? 28 days to NBA's back. So just about a month. Let's talk about some other moves, man. Hey, let's get into it. We got to talk about it. We got to get into it. It's crazy.
Okay.
What happened? Okay. Yeah. It's crazy to see that this happened. When you got Rondo. Who had a chance?
Oh, did he
go to the Clippers?
He did, right. Okay.
He didn't go to the Clippers. He went
Where did he go?
He went to Atlanta, who's also going to be a solid solid team next year. They picked up some good pieces to help that boy Trae Young out there get better. And my man Collins, they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice out there.
Well, I'm telling you now, with the moves.
Well, I think they could because of the East. Come on, man. You go to playoffs for 24 wins. Okay, you go to playoffs for 24 wins. All right, they should be able to make the playoffs. All right, 24 wins get you in the 8th to 7th seed. So you got the play-in tournament now. So you there's no excuses for Atlanta to not be in the playoffs. Okay, but you have Rondo, who had a chance to play for the Clippers. He turned it down and left to go play for Atlanta. And then you got Montrezl Harrell, one of the dogs, one of the rah guys for the Clippers. They was talking all that stuff to Brian. It's sweet. They soft over there. Woody, woo. And what did he do? He joined the Los Angeles Lakers. It's like gangs. Those are like gangs right there. You got the Bloods and you got the Crips or whatever the case may be. You blooding over here, right? You like, man, we don't get down with them dudes. And then next thing you know, some things happen. Then you cripping. You set tripping. Is my trash set tripping for joining the Lakers after leaving the Clippers? How could you do that to your boys?
Listen. This is what Montrez said. Do I want to go to a team that got guys that's going to perform when the lights is on?
He didn't say that.
Or do I want to stay with a team where I got to question if these dudes going to play this week? I'm going to go to where Bron, AD, them dudes perform when the lights was up. You feel me? They perform.
Okay.
You feel me? We all in this bubble. When I look over there down the hall, down Staples Center, I'm like, damn, they out there winning and talking. We over here talking and not playing. One day it's his knee, next day it's his ego, then you got depression. It's just too much.
Oh, wow.
Montrez said he felt it was better to join the Lakers for his family. So we gotta, as they say on Jalen Jacoby, pull the curtain back. Well, you gotta pull the curtain back on this one. A family decision means I am tired of the BS that I've been dealing with at that first job I had. Right. So for my family and me coming home with my mental, I gotta go somewhere else. So instead of moving your family, going to like Houston and Philly and way over there, I'm gonna just stand and let it go play for the championship team. Because my mental gonna be a lot better. You look at the Lakers, man. The one thing about the Lakers was that team chemistry.
Yes.
That team chemistry, but that's what LeBron does. He creates those environments. That's why when people look at Kyrie, it's like, you brought up toxic environment. It's like, nah, bruh. LeBron creates an environment of wanting to win. Yeah. You want to be a LeBron James teammate. Like, I'm just being honest. You want to play with LeBron because it just seemed fun. We winning and we having a bunch of fun.
Right.
And Trez looked at it like, it looked fun over there, man. They jerseys look fun. Hanging banners look fun. Winning look fun. You feel me? We over here stressed.
It's fun.
We over here blowing 3-1 leads. That ain't fun.
That ain't fun at all.
That ain't fun.
That ain't fun at all. The Clippers did pick up Ibaka, though. They picked up Ibaka to try to help with the garden in the paint. But I still feel like here's the thing.
Where do they get better at?
I mean, I feel like in their opinion, I'm saying this is their opinion.
Okay.
They feel they have their core. You know, have some bench to come in and do what they need to do, provide some sparks. They still got Lou. You know what I mean? They still got somebody to come off the bench and give you 10, 15, 20 points. They still have that or whatever. And they got a rim protector now with Ibaka who can spread the floor a little bit or whatever the case. He can shoot a couple of threes here and there, but he can protect the rim. He resurrected his name, Ibaka. He's still doing his thing, and he did his thing in Toronto, and he got him a ring as well, too. So I'm just saying, but they still feel like they got the nucleus. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Those are their nucleus. If those two are on that team, they feel they have a great chance to win. And they should. They should feel that way. Because again, regardless of the lead they blew, they was up 3-1. Okay. They just didn't close out. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. They was up 3-1. So you gotta call a spade a spade. They was up 3-1. They just mentally collapsed. That's what it was. Mentally, they wasn't there. The quote unquote most mentally prepared team for the bubble had a mental breakdown at one of the worst times you can have in any kind of career. And now they're part of history. So I think the Clippers alone, just with them two guys and the little pieces that they added, is going to come back and play a little bit better. And they're coming to avenge what they did. And so it's going to be intense. But the Lakers, it's first and foremost, everybody that the Lakers role players got clowned, they all got bags, except for like Dwight. I don't know how Dwight got a league minimum. I don't understand that, dog. He did his thing. He got paid chump change, man. I mean, he got $2 million. That's too disrespectful, dog.
Joel Embiid's backup.
That's disrespectful, man. This man is the NBA Finals, man. You know, he needs to sign with Rich Paul and get it back. Because if you with Rich Paul, you don't. If you in this team, you getting it back. Because everybody in their mama got bags. Anybody that's in this camp got bags. And so I would say the Lakers did get better though. They improved. They actually got better in a lot of ways.
Think about this, right? So what was the biggest knock on the Lakers? Where they gonna get points from off the bench?
Yeah,
that was the biggest knock, and they happened to figure it out and go win a championship.
Right.
With the knock of they have no. So we have to think about this right here, my friends.
Yeah.
More than likely, they're not going to start Schroeder, but he's going to finish games. Mm-hmm. So your starting five is going to kind of be similar to the starting five they had in the finals. Mm-hmm. So you take out Danny Green, you put Wes Matthews, who's younger, who can do basically the same thing. Mm-hmm. You're going to start KCP, who came along. His confidence should be sky high. I just hope he's not the person to get his money and then forget how to play basketball. Right. I really hope he don't be that guy. So then you go KCP, Wes Matthews, Bron, AD, and more than likely Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol?
Yeah, you're going to start Marc Gasol. How much he plays is not, it doesn't matter. Because you think about it, you started JaVale McGee and how much he played don't matter. But you got Marc Gasol for two people. Nurkic and Jokic. What you got Marc Gasol for? There's only two centers in the West. That's what you got him for. Because you don't want AD having to bang with them all game, right? You want to preserve AD for the end. But now off the bench, right? When LeBron goes sit down, the Lakers should no longer, as a fan, be concerned about where we're going to get points from. Because off the bench, you got Schroeder. You got Caruso, who you know has come along.
Yeah.
So you got another perimeter defender, because that's what Caruso do. You got Trez. Mm-hmm. You bring back Morris. Mm-hmm. And then here's the kicker. You still have Mr. Kuzma. Mm-hmm. So Kuzma goes from being your third best player, damn near, to your fifth, sixth best player. Kyle Kuzma is your fifth or sixth best player? Mm-hmm. That's a championship kind of team.
They got a squad. They actually got better. They got
a championship team. What'd you say? A championship team did what?
They got better. They actually improved in a lot of areas. I want to see what Montrez is going to offer them too, because he's a banger. He gonna get them boards. He's like a I don't want to say, all right, he got that persona of a Draymond Green, that dude that's gonna be ain't nothing sweet around here. And I feel like Dwight Howard was that for the Lakers last year. No lie. Dwight Howard was the ain't nothing sweet around here. And I think now they got Montrez. He's a little bit shorter than Dwight, but he can get him some points too. He can get some points and he can play some defense and he can make it tough. I can't wait to see him play the Clippers. I think that game is off the roof.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Montrez was forced to play the 5 with the Clippers.
Right.
as a in the start and closing lineups. Only time he really gonna play the 5 in some situations is throughout the course of the game. But closing, he gets to be the 4.
Yeah.
Because AD gonna be at the 5.
Right.
So I was watching TV this morning. They talked about that. They like, when you think about it, they're gonna put somebody a little bigger on AD. That means Trez get the smaller person.
Yeah.
And Trez get to go dominate.
Yeah.
Grab rebounds and
I ain't gonna hold you. The Lakers look like they can be a problem this year. And you still got the nucleus, which is LeBron and Anthony Davis.
So if you look at the Clippers, they have their nucleus of Paul George and Kawhi. We saw how it turned out.
Right.
The Lakers kept their nucleus of AD and LeBron and then got younger.
Yes, they did. I don't know how they did it.
They got younger and didn't really replace everything that they basically lost. The only other thing they can do to me that would really push them over, and hear this move, because if it happens, you heard it here first.
What's the move?
They go get Hassan Whiteside.
Ooh.
And just let him come off the bench as the other big.
Yo, that'd be crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, that'd be crazy. Look.
Because it's not a far-fetched idea, right? It's not nothing that's like
crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. If they end up sliding Hassan Whiteside to come off the bench and do it, bro, it's gonna be rough for a lot of teams to try to score. Look, Hassan, like when you come in that paint, it ain't sweet over there. It ain't sweet, dog. Like I ain't gonna hold you. He can be something, and maybe when he playing with different players, they may bring that out of him. Again, you gotta want that role. He gotta want that role. If he don't want that role, then I don't see it happening.
You just giving the Lakers just tools, right? They can play any style against anybody. Some nights somebody gonna play a little bit more than the other, but I feel like when you get to a certain level in your career, none of that matters. It's about getting these rings. And you looking at this team right now, it's a bunch of dudes who's hungry to go get one, and a bunch of dudes who want the second one. Yeah. Mark wants another one. Harold wants one. Schroeder wants one. Wes Matthews wants one. Then you got all the Lakers who done got theirs, and they want another one. You looking at a team that has no reason to be complacent.
Yeah,
they're still hungry.
I think Anthony Davis is going to take his game to the next level. I think this is the year, if he stays healthy, God forbid any injuries, that he want to get MVP. He wants an MVP. He wants to be the guy. Bron said it. Bron said it. He said, this is your team. We're going to go through you. And so he got to be ready for it. He got to be ready for the responsibility. But it was a lot of stuff that went down. We couldn't go over every little thing, but we went over the biggest ones or whatever the case may be. Let us know, how do y'all feel about these offseason moves? I don't know what it is, but I'm more excited for basketball than I am for football. And it ain't even got nothing to do with my team not doing too well or whatever the case may be, because I still like football, but I'm excited for hoop. I'm excited,
bro. I know why. Because the movement, and we know the players.
Yeah.
So when we see a player move, we like, oh,
right.
Like, oh, you feel me? Because in football, you have occasional big time free agents, but it's not like swings of the pendulum. Like you said with Trez in the Lakers. That's like, for example, that's like Lamar Jackson leaving the Ravens going to play for the Steelers.
Yeah, that's up.
You go something like that happen, you like, oh,
I need to watch.
You feel me? So certain things in the NBA in the offseason, it creates narratives that you just want to pay attention to. Like, oh, they traded him here. Oh, they gonna have it's gonna be a little beef. Oh, they traded him here, or he signed here. Oh, he turned them. So the NBA creates these stories,
right?
And that's just what it is, because there is no real super team. The Lakers are real good, but they're not a super team.
Nah.
You feel me? So we're out of the super team era, and now we in the like ooh era. That's what I call it. We in that ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how all this plays out. And again, nothing is guaranteed. The Lakers did get better, but you don't know. It's all about how the team gels, how they work, how it goes, how they and the health is the number one thing. Health, and after health is the team camaraderie, team chemistry. How do they play well when they're on the court? And we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see some good basketball from number one. We got some great new talent in the league. I'm looking forward to seeing. And we got some people that, KD's coming back, whatever the case may be. I still don't think they're gonna get James Harden. I don't know what they're gonna do.
That's over it, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting James Harden. I don't know what's about to happen in Houston because two players don't want to be there. And we'll follow it as it goes. But we just know hoop is around the corner. Hoop is around the corner.
Listen, it's November 24th. Hoop starts December 22nd.
Yeah.
28 days.
28 days, man. But y'all let us know, how do y'all feel about these moves or whatever? Let us know in the comments below. But we're about to get up out of here. Hey, y'all always remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and number one, always talk that. We're about to get up out of here, man. We see y'all later. Peace.